Welcome back to New Gen Marketing. Today we're going to be breaking down how to build an actual community around your brand. This idea of building a community and building a cult following around your brand gets thrown around a lot. You hear every brand and every entrepreneur saying, let's build a community around our products, around our brand, around what we do. But the reality is that most of the time, most of us are not able to actually create that following, right? We don't actually build a community. So today I want to break down the actual practical steps to do that, as well as showing some examples and some resources to dive in deeper. There are a lot of brands that say they have a community, but what brands can you think of that actually develop a community who care about anything they do, no matter what it is, because they love the brand? The example I want to talk about is not your first thought. It's the Dollar Shave Club, right? You think about them as razors for cheap, right? And when they came into the market, they were competing against these big brands and saying, hey, you shouldn't be paying more than $1 for a razor. And they're directly competing against their competitors and positioning them as the enemy. And people love that. They love that they're saying, yeah, I shouldn't be. And now people are spending well more than $1 at the Dollar Shave Club because their message is so strong. So to develop our own cult following, our own community around a brand, you have to start with that strong message. You have to start with whatever your thing is gonna be that sets you apart. And we hear this thrown around a lot, and everybody has a message for their brand, right? And every entrepreneur is developing their message, right? But the reality is that most of those messages aren't working as good as they should. Whenever we coach clients, whenever we do brand strategy, we always talk about how in order for a message to actually be successful, it can't just be a message like every other brand that is just putting out their mission and trying to get as many people to agree with it. It's not a good message unless there are some people that hate it, unless there are some people that it repels. That's when you developed a good message. You need to develop a message that attracts the right people, but also repels the wrong people. That's how you're going to start that first step of actually finding followers, finding a community of people who die hard love you and your brand. The second step is to develop an enemy. So what is your message an enemy of? What is different about your brand? What is that thing? And then who is the enemy of that? For Dollar Shave Club, it was these overpriced, big box shaving brands. For us, it's video marketing companies, digital marketing companies who create meh brands and just try to reach everyone, right? So you need to have that specific enemy, or you're never going to be attracting the right people. The third step is to lean into that difference. We call that your hook. You need to find your message, what that enemy is, and then what your difference is between your enemy and your message, and that's your hook. So for Dollar Shave Club, it's you are not gonna pay more than $1 to shave. That's their hook. Their message is you shouldn't be paying this. It's so simple. It's so simple and it's all connected. And what you're gonna do is you're going to create a community of people who love this message, who love your hook, and who hate this enemy, and there's going to be something for them to all unite around. Developing this community is so important for your brand to actually have followers, have a community, have people buying your products who care more about your products or services than your actual products or services. If you want a following that cares about your mission, you need to do all of these things. Every great brand, every die-hard brand has all of these things. And I would encourage you, there are so many resources to continue this, and we'll link them all on our website. But I would encourage you, a lot of these specific words are actually actually used in a great book called How to Start a Cult. And I would encourage, if you're an entrepreneur who's looking to build a community, you need to go and read How to Build a Cult. It sounds weird, it sounds crazy, but all of these things that I'm talking about are exactly what Jody lays out in this book. And it is a great way to get started in actually developing this community that you need to have for your brand. Until next time, this has been New Gen Marketing.